This time on Sparks of Discovery.
We explore Calhoun County in Northeastern Alabama.
We'll begin in the southern part of the county with the city of Oxford, where we'll enjoy some big-time entertainment and witness a state championship being won at Choccolocco Park.
From there, we'll move just north to Anniston, where we'll visit a pair of excellent museums before exploring the historic downtown area.
Finally, we'll spend a day in Jacksonville, where we'll explore the campus of Jacksonville State University, gorge ourselves on the best ribs in Calhoun County, and enjoy the views from Chimney Peak. All this and more on Discovering Calhoun County.
I'm Jess, and this is Price. We're the Sparks.
Welcome to Sparks of Discovery.
Located in northeast Alabama between Birmingham and Atlanta, Calhoun County is home to around 115,000 people, making it one of the more populated counties in Alabama.
In the southernmost part of the county, you'll find the city of Oxford, which lies alongside Interstate 20. Oxford has grown by leaps and bounds over the years because of its strategic location on the interstate between Birmingham and Atlanta. In the last 50 years, Oxford has grown from a population of just over 4,000 people to over 22,000 people today.
The historic downtown Oxford is rather small and quiet, reflecting the city's humble beginnings. There are a handful of shops, a popular restaurant called Hubbard's off Main, and a neat little coffee shop on wheels, Southern Girl Coffee. One of the best new additions to Oxford is a state-of-the-art performing arts center. This venue hosts many shows and concerts throughout the year, and it's a real asset for a city the size of Oxford to have. Another great public facility is the Oxford Civic Center, located just off the interstate. The Civic Center is huge, with a gymnasium and plenty of event space. The Civic Center is in the middle of a whole conglomeration of parks and rec facilities, including baseball and softball fields, tennis and pickleball courts, a children's playground and splash pad, batting and pitching cages, a public pool, and a Miracle League field for people with special needs.
There is also a really nice Veterans Memorial Park with plaques honoring local veterans and first responders, one of whom happened to be my grandfather.
The biggest feature here is the Oxford Lake, which has a walking track around it along with a fishing pier and several pavilions. Oxford Lake is home to the historic Coldwater Covered Bridge. Originally built in 1850, this is the oldest surviving covered bridge in Alabama. It was moved to this location from its original home a few miles away, spanning Coldwater Creek.
One of the newest and most exciting places in Oxford is Big Time Entertainment. This massive facility is home to just about everything you could want in a family fun center, including indoor go-kart racing, bowling, mini golf, laser tag, axe throwing, a ninja warrior course, a kids playground, and a large arcade.
This time around, we tried out the go-karts and mini golf, but we'll definitely be back to experience everything else in the future. The go-kart track is a lot of fun and very well themed. We had a blast and we had the track all to ourselves. Big Time Entertainment is one of the best family fun centers in Alabama, and we definitely recommend it.
Once Jess had thoroughly beaten me at go-kart racing and mini golf, we made our way over to one of the premier sports complexes in the state of Alabama, Choccolocco Park. This sprawling complex is home to 11 baseball and softball fields, including the signature baseball and softball fields for championship events. There is also a state-of-the-art track and field facility and 4 regulation-sized soccer fields.
Choccolocco Park has hosted many college and high school tournaments and championships. We had the opportunity to visit during the state softball tournament and witness the Orange Beach High School softball team win the Class 2A state championship. Congratulations to the Lady Makos!
Choccolocco Park also has some great recreational options for all to enjoy, including nearly 3 miles of walking trails built around the 30-acre lake. On the other side of the lake, there is a reconstructed Native American mound that was estimated to date back as far as 100 BC.
On the interpretive trail, you can learn about the history of the mound and the Muskogee Nation who called this place home.
As you can plainly see, the city of Oxford has some awesome amenities. It's no wonder so many people have chosen to call this valley in the shadow of Mount Cheaha their home.
Just north of Oxford is the city of Anniston, nicknamed the Model City because of its thoroughly planned layout. Anniston is the county seat of Calhoun County and historically was the center of commerce and population for the area. Although Anniston has fallen behind Oxford in population in recent years, there are still some interesting places in this historic city. The downtown area centers around Noble Street, which was the place to be in Calhoun County back in the day. Walking through here is like a step back in time with really beautiful classic architecture and a few shops and restaurants.
We don't want to sugarcoat it. Anniston has more than its share of problems, but it's a beautiful city with a rich history that we hope will see a great restoration with brighter days in the future.
One of the most recent additions to downtown Anniston is the Anniston Civil Rights Trail, which marks significant points of civil rights history. Major points on the trail include the locations where two buses carrying some of the civil rights leaders known as Freedom Riders were violently attacked by the Ku Klux Klan in 1961.
These locations now make up the Freedom Riders National Monument, which has tons of information about the attacks and even audio recordings of Freedom Riders giving their own account of the horrific events of that day.
Located on Coldwater Mountain on the southern edge of the city limits, you'll find the Coldwater Mountain Bike Trails, which have over 35 miles of trails that are purpose-built for mountain biking. We chose to hike a portion of the trail, and although they were definitely not designed with hikers in mind, it was still a fun way to escape into nature.
After we finished hiking, we stopped by the Coldwater Creek Recreation Area to recover, and we can confirm that it is, in fact, very cold water. It's perfect for cooling off in the Alabama heat.
It's cold. It's really cold. That's why they call it Coldwater Creek. Yep, I'm done.
One of the hidden gems of Calhoun County is the Anniston Museums and Gardens.
This is home to the Anniston Museum of Natural History, the Berman Museum, and the Longleaf Botanical Gardens.
For a smaller city like Anniston, it's almost unheard of to have attractions like these. At the Anniston Museum of Natural History, you can find all sorts of exhibits, from dinosaurs, to birds and other animals, to mummies of ancient Egypt. This is one of the most interesting and underappreciated attractions in Calhoun County. It's a great educational experience for kids and adults as well.
Next door at the Berman Museum, you can explore exhibits centering around different periods of world history, including the American Civil War, the Wild West, ancient Asia, and the wars of the 20th century. This was a really cool museum with personal belongings from many of the most significant and infamous figures in history, including Catherine the Great, Napoleon Bonaparte, Benito Mussolini, and Adolf Hitler. One of the coolest exhibits is focused on espionage and centers around the two founders of the museum who were both spies during World War II.
The grounds around the Anniston Museums and Gardens contain 125 acres of forest trails and gardens known as the Longleaf Botanical Gardens. We enjoyed walking through the Birds of Prey Trail, which is home to hawks and owls that are unable to survive in the wild because of their injuries. The Courtyard Garden and Koi Pond was also a great feature, with plenty of tropical plants in a beautifully landscaped setting.
Located between Anniston and the White Plains community is the Mountain Longleaf National Wildlife Refuge, which sits on land that used to be part of Fort McClellan. Just outside of the Wildlife Refuge is a hidden gem, the Baines Gap Waterfall. These beautiful falls are tucked away just off the roadway. Locals love to come here and hang out and enjoy the waterfall and the natural surroundings. We love waterfalls, and this was one of our favorites that we've discovered so far.
Just a short drive north of Anniston is the city of Jacksonville. which is home to Jacksonville State University, Price's alma mater. Jacksonville is home to over 14,000 people, but it adds over 9,500 JSU students to that number when classes are in session. It's a true college town, with JSU being the cornerstone of the community. The historic downtown is built around a central square, which regularly hosts community events.
There are plenty of shops and restaurants located here. It's a great place to come explore and get something to eat, or just grab a cup of joe at the Redbird Coffee House. Jess enjoyed shopping in Red Threads, where she found a new Jacksonville sweatshirt that she just had to have.
We got ourselves some lunch at Heirloom Taco, which is one of the newest and coolest places on the square. It's actually located in the old Jacksonville fire station. For dessert, you can get cupcakes and sweets at Mad Hatter's Cupcakes or ice cream at Scoop du Jour just next door. We chose ice cream this time around and it was so good. Jacksonville State University was founded in 1883 as the Jacksonville Normal School before later becoming Jacksonville State Teachers College. These days, JSU has 6 colleges covering over 95 different academic programs.
At the center of campus is Angle Hall, formerly known as Bibb Graves Hall to us old-timers. It's the main administrative building for the university.
The first building you'll notice on campus is the 12-story Houston Cole Library, one of the tallest academic buildings in the state of Alabama and home to over 800,000 books. I gotta be honest, I didn't spend nearly as much time in the library as I probably should have, and it's a shame because it's actually really nice. On the southern edge of campus, you'll find JSU Stadium, home to the Gamecock football team and the Marching Southerners, the best marching band in the country in my completely unbiased opinion. The Southerners were the recipients of the 2022 Sudler Trophy, which is like the Heisman Trophy for marching band. It's hard to argue with that. JSU is one of only 2 colleges with the Gamecocks as their mascot, the other being the University of South Carolina. JSU Stadium has a capacity of 24,000, though that may soon change as the stadium is currently in the beginning stages of a massive renovation as part of the transition into Conference USA of the Football Bowl subdivision.
It wouldn't be a college town without some great food, and Jacksonville has plenty of excellent options. One of the traditional game day favorites is located on the corner of Mountain Street and Forney Avenue.
Struts is a JSU landmark, especially popular on game days because of its location beside JSU Stadium. The wings here are the best in town in my opinion. Another local landmark is located not far from the JSU baseball stadium, which has recently been renovated itself and is now one of the top baseball facilities in the state. Cooter Brown's Rib Shack is legendary. With its literal shack-like appearance and hole-in-the-wall feel to it, it is one of the most fun places to eat in town.
The walls are adorned with all sorts of first responder patches and other quirky and snarky signs and stickers. The main reason to dine here, though, is the absolutely amazing ribs. The dry rub that they use here is so good, you'll never want sauce on your ribs again. Take it from 2 people who have never liked ribs. Cooter Brown's ribs are to die for.
One of the great features in Calhoun County is the Chief Ladiga Trail, which begins down in Anniston and runs for 34 miles to the Georgia state line, where it joins the Silver Comet Trail.
The Ladiga Trail is entirely paved and perfect for biking, walking, running, or skating.
When I was a student at JSU, I would walk on the trail almost every day all the way down to nearby Germania Springs Park, located just north of town. This is a nice little park with a creek running through it.
One of the greatest features of Jacksonville is found when you follow Mountain Street all the way up to Chimney Peak, a 1,700-foot tall mountain overlooking Jacksonville. The views from up here are spectacular, and it's a must-visit location for anyone visiting Jacksonville for the first time. Calhoun County is home to so many great places that we couldn't possibly feature them all. But that just means that you'll have to come and explore for yourselves, which is what Sparks of Discovery is all about.
from big-time entertainment and championship sports in Oxford.
To the rich history and museums of Anniston.
To the classic college town of Jacksonville.
There's lots to love about Calhoun County.